Hello everyone, welcome to another video on an English review on Porto, and today we're going to be doing the second player ratings of the channel, and this time we're going to be looking over to the Rio Ave game. So let's start in goal with Diogo Costa. Made a few saves. I don't think the goals were primarily his fault. To be fair, the first goal he came into a collision with Nohan Perez, and then the second goal, maybe he could have done better, but it was a good finish. I'll give him a 7. Go to the centre backs. Tialo, easily the best of the centre backs. I'll give him a 7. Nohan Perez. He was at fault for the first goal. Was part of the reason Porto almost conceded just before, or they did. He lost the ball in his own half, and then luckily, whoever it was for Rio have missed a good chance. I'm going to say this for Perez and for Otavio, who I'm going to get to individually in a bit. They made mistakes, and we've got to ask, why are we playing out the back whenever Rio Ave are pressing us high? I mean, you'd also got to factor in the goal. So, yeah, I'm going to give him a... Do I go a 5, though? I'm thinking of giving Perez and Otavio the same rating. So, yeah, I think I'm gonna go a 4. And then Otavio, I'm also going to give a 4 because he was also a part of that giveaway that Porto had got away with, and he was at fault for the second Rio Ave goal. He also did score, but unfortunately he was also part of the problem with Porto playing out the back whenever Rio Ave were pressing high. So he's going to get 4. Jamario, thought he had a pretty good game. None of the goals were really on his side of the defence. So, and he made some good runs, especially in the second half. So I'll give him a 7. Steven Eustáquio got a yellow card. I'll give him a 5. Alvarella had a pretty good game. For the most part, the passes were not too much to say on him, but I'll give him a 7. Francisco Moura wasn't really effective enough on the attacking section, but defensively I don't think he did anything wrong, so I'll give him a 6. Gonzalo Borges, the trashing of him on this channel is not going to end. I was thinking a 2, but I'm giving him another 1 out of 10. He was completely ineffective in that first half. At least with the other attackers, Rodrigo Moura was creating some chances, having some shots. Samu was a presence. But Borges, he was easy to defend against. He had one shot that was quite comfortably saved. He didn't do anything in the second half. He should have been subbed off at half time. I'm going to give him a 1 because I guess if I wanted to be not so harsh, I'd say 2. But as an attacker, your job is to create chances, score goals. Maybe not so much if you're not a striker, but as an attacker, creating chances, scoring goals, getting assists, and Borges was crap at all of that. Rodrigo Moura, I'll give him a 7 because I thought he generally had an alright game. He was looking good on the ball, tested the keeper a few times. Samu, I'll give him 6. Generally, he was a good presence at the top end, but that being said, he didn't get enough chances, which isn't so much his fault. Aside from the counter-attack, I don't think he did enough to quite keep himself into the game. He was good against the defenders. He didn't do much wrong, but he wasn't effective enough. That's the basic part. So I'm going to give him a 6 out of 10. Next, let's look at the other players, the subs. So Pepe, he did take the ball forward a few times, but I don't think we quite saw that impact from him. But he definitely wasn't the worst attacker out there. I'll give him a 5. I think that's the lowest I'd be willing to go with Pepe. I just think we could have seen a bit more from him, even if it wasn't necessarily a goal contribution. And up next we have Fabio Vieira. I'll give him a 6. It would have been 7 or an 8 had he scored at the end of the free kick. But not too much wrong, but didn't have enough to get the win. And you could maybe argue that it was a bit too easy to play through him, but I digress. Danny Namaso Loda, I'll give him a 5. When he was taking the ball forward, he looked good, and I thought maybe something could happen, but he didn't really get any shots on goal. Once that goal came on, even kind of a bit beforehand, Danny Namaso Loda was dragging out wide a bit too often. It's not the worst showing, but I think with the time he had, he could have done a bit more.
That goal, well, I can't really give him much of a rating because
came on quite late and really get to see much with him. I think all we really saw him do was keep the ball play from going out for a goal kick. So I guess I either go with a
not applicable
rating or a 3 out of 10.
So
yeah, they were my
ratings are all
comment
below your ratings
and your thoughts.
I have a bit
of news
on the way, and that's
I'll be going
live this Thursday
with
the podcast
in English.
We'll be reviewing Porto
versus Sporting
CP on
Thursday evening.
So do join
us for that.
Or
interaction is very much appreciated.
I would encourage to like and subscribe
if you haven't done
so, and leave your thoughts in the
comments if your
ratings and thoughts on
ratings
so
for Porto.